So if I was to choose between voting for Trump or for Kamala, well, to me this is a no-brainer, and I'm gonna tell you soon my answer, because it might surprise you actually. However, I just received a phone call from a very dear friend of mine that was very emotionally rattled up because he just told his sister that he's thinking about voting for Trump. And the guy comes from a very Republican background and family, very Democrat background and family, and this is the first time that he's actually thinking voting for the Republicans because of what he's seeing is happening in the Democratic Party. So I asked him one question. I said, brother, if your sister will vote for someone else than what you want, would that make you upset? And he said, absolutely not. I don't care, that's her free will, she's free to do whatever she wants. And then I asked him, if you would vote for, let's say, Trump, and she doesn't agree with that, does that make her upset? And he said, very much. She got very angry with me and very hurt. So I told him, listen, my friend, your sister has been officially diagnosed with the woke virus. And that's a very dangerous virus that affects the smartest people and the dumbest people, the kindest people and the most wicked people. And one of its symptoms is not being able to cope with other opinions, is trying to silence other opinions. It's starting to believe that anyone that doesn't share the political views that you share must be evil, must be a Nazi. And for her brother that she loves so much, he can't be a Nazi. She hates the thought of that you are an evil person, but how can you think of voting for someone that I don't want to vote for? So it's putting her in that emotional plunder, and she can't really handle it. And it's something very interesting that I've seen mostly from the Democrats, where they have such a strong political identity that anyone that think otherwise, they see it as an insult. They get offended. They hate that person. Or they feel like they have to make him change his views or else he is an evil person. And that's why political identity is just not a healthy thing. Now, I'm sure it happens also on the right. But like I said, from my experience, I've seen it only happening from the Democrats, vastly happening there. And I haven't seen it happening on the right, Republicans, but it's probably most likely happening there to some extent. However, back to our topic. If you need to choose right now between Kamala and Trump, now I know both candidates might not be ideal for you. And a lot of people are sitting there and thinking like, I don't know, I wish there was another candidate. Well, let me tell you something. It's very rare that you'll find a perfect ideal candidate that you agree with about everything. And usually if you find someone like that, you should be worried because he might be a con artist. So one way is to look also about the team that he's bringing with him and the party and the strategy that he's trying to give you. Now let's look at the party of Donald Trump. First of all, Elon Musk. Guys, Elon Musk is coming with him and is saying that his job will be to make the government more efficient, energy efficient, financial efficient, any efficiency, get rid of any parasite freeloaders. I mean, if there's one person that we can say hands on our heart that is just super efficient, that's Elon Musk. The guy is so efficient that he decided to go on his own and fight with NASA and see who can make space travel more efficient, and he won. One guy, I mean, with his team, but his strategic planning against NASA, and he did a better job than NASA. The guy have decided one day that he want to install these NVIDIA servers, and they told him that it will take 4 years to install that, and he said, hold my beer, and went and did it in 19 days. Even the CEO of NVIDIA, which is a guy that I highly appreciate and respect, came in and said, we told him it's going to be 4 years, and he did it in 19 days. This person is so efficient that I've never seen something like that. So just having that person in your government, in your corner, where he's going to come and try to clean your government and make it less corrupt and make it more efficient, financially efficient, energy efficient, make sure that there's no parasites working for free or people that are stealing your money. And then you're going to get JFK Jr., who is clearly coming from the opposite group. He is a Democrat who have chose to come and align with the Republicans. And I find that to be such a beautiful symbol of hope, because right now the opposition have been always trying to demonize one another and, call really crazy names, even to the point that people have tried to assassinate Donald Trump 3 times in about 2 months. That's more than the entire assassination attempt of a US president in 50 years. No one tried to assassinate Kamala or Biden, for example. Now, why is that? Because they've been working so hard and demonizing the other group and splitting the nation and causing division. While what JFK is doing right now, in my eyes, is the way to go forward. Bringing both parties together and saying, listen, we're gonna try to make this country great again for all of us. And his flag is actually making America healthy again. Now imagine how beautiful that is when you have someone that is gonna come and try to tackle the big pharmas and these big food corporations that are trying to sell your people unhealthy food for profit gain and for political power, and rather enforce laws and rules that will make sure that your children are receiving healthy food. I'm living here in Germany, and I'm so impressed by the awareness that they have here and the regulations that they have for healthy education and healthy food. So just someone like that who want to make your country healthier so you can get more affordable, healthier food, and people can be held accountable for trying to sell you all kind of poisonous stuff, that is, for me, is a big win. And then you have Vivek. Vivek, in my eyes, is a very interesting, inspiring young man who is basically saying that he's gonna go and tackle the CIA and the FBI, these very powerful and dangerous espionage and homeland security organizations, because you want to make sure that there's no deep fake there, that there's no government appointed people that are promoting one side and one party, that are silence political opposition, that are being used to eliminate political opposition. How dangerous is that? The moment that you lose the CIA or the FBI and that they start working for one man or a political party, you have just lost your democracy. That's how powerful they are. And that is a very beautiful thing, to make sure that the right people are appointed in these organizations, that the main priority in their mind is the well-being of America and its people and defending their country, making that country great, not making a political party win over another. They should never be used for that. That is very dangerous. How many things are you gaining and winning by actually allowing Trump to go to power and allowing his government to come and lead this country? Now let's look at the Democrats. Let's look at what Kamala have to offer. Let's be honest, it's the same thing that was before. It's exactly the same government, and she was in a key position in that government, number 2. And now after October 7, we can even know more that not only this government is incapable of doing almost anything, they also have been heavily infiltrated by radical supporters of Iran, of the Muslim Brotherhood, of radical jihad. So what they offer you basically is the same exact government with the same corruption and inefficiency that they had so far, only with a dip of radical Islam in high positions that are gonna bring a lot of bad things to your country. And on top of that, with another dip of radical communist people like AOC and all of her communist friends. That doesn't look to me like a very good bargain. That's why I came and I said, it doesn't matter if you agree with Trump or agree with Kamala. And it's very rarely that you're going to find a political leader that you agree with everything that they have to say. And if you did find someone, then you should be worried. You might be a con artist, very likely to be a con artist, because you're always going to have someone that you don't agree with everything that he says. But that's the beauty about democracy. But you should go and look at the party and what are they bringing to the table. And to me, when I said it's a no-brainer, not only because I'm an Israeli, but just because I'm a citizen of the free world, looking at the party that Trump is bringing to the table, it's unheard of. I've never seen such a powerful dream team of people from different backgrounds, different religions, different ethnicities, different political views that have chose to come together and lay their differences aside and to try to make America the most successful version of itself that it can be, and also to try to save America from a very devastating government. I mean, Musk was, for the majority of his life, as far as I know, was a Democrat. JFK is definitely a Democrat. Vivek is coming from a family of immigrants who was born in the US. I think he was a Republican all his life, but he seems to be a very smart and successful businessman that is very sharp, and a lot of the things that I've heard him say made a lot of sense to me. So having that dream team with many other candidates in that team, it's a no-brainer. Honestly, guys, to me, it's a no-brainer. And if you ask me, I would have said go vote for Trump. It's probably crucial and one of the most important elections that we had in a decade. And the future of the world is really dependent on that. Now, I would finish with one thing, and that's probably the most important message I want to give you, is it doesn't matter who you want to vote for. Vote and let vote. You should respect anyone, regardless which party they want to vote for. And if you find yourself being afraid or ashamed to tell people that you want to vote for Trump, for example, because you think that girls might decide now that they don't want to date you, or people are going to get angry with you, or family member would not want to invite you for Thanksgiving, then the problem, my friend, is not with you. It's with the system, and that system needs to be changed. And if you find yourself getting upset or angry with a good friend or a family member because you found out that they want to vote for someone that you don't want to vote for, then the problem, my friend, is with you. And you might be infected with the woke virus. And like I said, it's a very deadly and dangerous virus. Or you might be just too emotionally connected with identity politics. And that's just not healthy. You should not be upset and so invested in one politician that if someone comes and criticizes that politician, then you feel like he's criticizing yourself or you being offended, because that's exactly how how they can manipulate you. That's exactly how propaganda works. You should be out of it. You know what? I like this guy, but if one day you find that this guy is saying things you don't agree with, you can detach immediately and in the most efficient way, not emotional, choose the other candidate, which is probably going to bring the things that are best for you. Now, not everything with Trump I would agree with, and definitely not everything with Kamala I would agree with. You know, I said there's a lot of things with both that I don't agree, way more with Kamala and the administration. But if these are the options that you have, try to look beyond the picture, leave emotions aside, and see which party is going to bring the best solution to the table, and which party is going to make this country and this government better. And like I said, to me, it's a no-brainer. Team Trump all the way in these elections. It's compared to the other alternative, it's a no-brainer. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope it was helpful to bring people together, actually, rather than separate people and families. But until then, guys, don't do anything stupid. In general, just vote and let vote. Just don't try to silence anyone that you don't agree with. Let's start with that. See you next time.